Hi, it's me again, and this is my Artistic Studio Creation Design Team project, and this is part 5. So let's get into it. Today we are going to be matting some more pages, and yeah, it's just a step by step. This is how I do it, and I decided that if I need to make a closure, I have a plan for that. So let's get into it. The other thing that I did off camera was I took all my scraps that were big enough to be mats or tags and cut them to similar sizes, punch them with my We Are Memory Keepers quarter punch. I may have to mat this one or toss it. It has a sticker on it. Okay. And so we are on whatever page this is of this massive album that I made bigger. And we're going to make this page here same as page 1. I put my note on it. And this is a double pocket page, and the color is blue. So take off all my notes and flip back to page 1. And I already punched, I used my, I think it's a Stampin' Up! Punch to punch the side, and then it's a flap with a pocket on it, so I need to make this pocket, or make this flap. So I'm just going to score at a 1/2 inch, wherever I can put my scoreboard away. Oh, yeah. One of the good things about making all the stuff at the same time is that you don't have to keep getting your tools out. But since I only did about half, it's something I'm going to have to do, which is okay. Okay. So this flap, we're going to go ahead and have it going out, and then this pocket's going to go here, but I need to mat the page before I put that pocket on. But this pocket has to go on before the page is matted, or you'll see the hinge. And we can use glue, but I have tape right here. Score tape. And I want to get this pretty close to the edge. And definitely straight. Alrighty, there's that part. Now I need some green to mat this page. It's going to be about 5. I'm going to cut it at 5.5, just a little big. And then this page is 7.5. So once I get to this point in my project, I separate all my scraps into colors so I can see if I have scraps big enough to do certain pages without cutting into new. So this is a full page. These are all the green scraps I have. So I know I'm going to have to use a full paper for both sides here. And I want to use this, and I'll need a full page for that too. So definitely this one's going to be cut a little under 7.5 inches. And then we'll do a little under 5.5, and then on this one it's going to be a little under 5. Okay. So I'm good there. And then I put my pocket on. So I have this, it's the same as the first page. It is 3.5 by 4.5, and I'm going to score it 1/2 inch on all sides. Alright, and then you can just cut diagonally where your pockets meet, where your corners meet. And I'm going to use glue. And I think this is going to be a little thinner than that first pocket, which is fine. Works for me. I think I may have actually folded it the wrong direction. But it's nice to have a little bit of variety. And then let's look at stickers. How about like this one? This really decorative one here. And just put it right in the middle. I also want to put, I think I want to put this dream here. I miss the little stickers with the words on them. That had just like okay, so the E goes in the middle. A, M, and then work backwards, R, and D. Okay, there we go. And then I think we're going to put something up at the top. How about this small one? Overcut, and then we can trim it. There we go. I like it. And if you want, that's a little smaller, just to add a different color. Let's go ahead and put this coral sticker under there. I like it. And then like a pop, what do you call it? A popsicle? I call it a bookmark. I got some scraps here. That won't work. Let's cut it off right there. And punch. See, now those little stickers I was talking about, it would be perfect to put like just a little saying up here at the top. But all good. Now on this side, I think I just want to do like a photo mat. Let's do like a 4x6 photo mat, and I want to do it in cream. Maybe you can cut it 4 1/4 to 6 by 6 1/4 so that you don't have to trim your pictures. But if I cut 4 by 6, I get 2. So up to you. The best thing about these punches is you can punch through multiple pieces of cardstock. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use this pink here. And go up the side. I can't see. There we go. It's not long enough, so I'm going to center it. Kind of. There's that page. And then this page we're going to use the green side, and I need to take like an 1/8 inch off. Okay, that's better. Okay, and then this one's going to be a double pocket. So I have 2 cut at 3 by 6 1/2, and I'm going to score at a 1/2 inch on 2 sides. And unlike the pockets that were already there by in the book, we can put these on and then mat the paper under them. I'll show you what I mean if you don't know what I mean. You just slide the paper under them, and it does 2 things. It makes it so your tags don't get stuck. And it finish my sentence. Makes it so your tags don't get stuck on the sides here when they go in, and it leaves no gaps for between the matting on the paper. So, note to Graphic 45, if you gusset your, I'm sure they know this, if you gusset your pockets, yeah. Now, we can cut this down. We can do a closed pocket or an open pocket so that your stuff goes all the way down, but I think I'm just going to do a closed pocket. So there's two pockets, similar size, but what we have to do is cut diagonally here so that this pocket will set inside that pocket. And you want both sides to be about the same. They don't have to be perfect because you don't have to push it all the way down. So I just kind of snipped off, and it's going to go right down in this pocket like that. Okay, so on this one, if you leave this open, you can slide taller things in, but we're going to go ahead and close that off. There we go. I got some glue where it's not supposed to be. And I don't have anywhere to wipe it. Here we go. And you just want to make sure that it's straight across the top. And we're going to find some mats for these. I'm like a 1/16 of an inch off, and I am so not worried about it. So we'll mat these, and then we'll find some mats to stick in the pockets too. Okay, so I cut these down to size. And I'm going to use the opposite side that I used for over here. And it was really nice because I used one strip of, scrap for all these pockets. Can't see where I'm... And this slides right under here. And then this one's going to slide in there. Nova? No. You will be kicked out. Okay, and then we're going to take some of these pre-made mats that I made out of my scraps. This one's a little odd size, but that's okay. And then maybe grab a journaling card. And that one's a little big. Let's see if one of the 3x4s maybe. I'll take this one out. Let's do about that. I like that. Okay. And then if you want, I really like this. Let's go ahead and use this because otherwise I won't use it. And I'm going to find a piece of paper. Nova. Don't. I'm going to have to go here in a minute and kick my dog out of the room. There we go. Yeah, because otherwise I won't use that because I already took the inside out. We'll put it right over here. So you can stick something right in the middle there. And then if you wanted to put a little frame or something over here. Nova, no. You could she gave up. But I don't know. I think it's okay. We'll leave that there. You could put a little picture here and right in there. Alright. Next page is a double flap page. And it's going to be yellow. We're going to do a big flap and a little flap. And I think this little flap is the size of a 3x4 card, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a yellow page. Let's see if I have any yellows left that are going. That's good. And then I think I've already used let's use the back of that one. Let's use that one. We'll use the back of that one. But first we have to mat this side. I don't think I have any scraps big enough, so we'll do this. So I'm going to cut it a little under 7.5. And I think this is 5.5. Yeah, a little under 5.5. I think it's 5.25. Cut it 5.25. Let me just peek through, see if I should use the yellow pink stripe or just the yellow. Let's use just the yellow on this side, and we'll use the yellow pink stripe on over there. Oh, but before we put that on with this, we need to put this flap on because it's going to go out that way. Score it 1/2 inch. This one measures 4.5 by 7.5. I'm going to score the short side at 1/2 inch. And since you're going to see this side more, maybe we'll use the pink on this side and then the yellow on this side. We'll do that. Or maybe I have a pattern I can use. A scrap. Okay. And I forgot to put this on. No problem. You can do one of two things. You can pull it back up, which with ATG tape, it's really funny. If you pull it back up as soon as you put it down, it comes up just like that. Whoops. If you leave it on there, that sucker sticks. So I don't know. Like, it's almost like drying glue, but it's awesome. It's always a good thing. I'll slide that right underneath there. Line it up with the outside. There we go. Whew. And then this, I think we'll have it open this way. I really like that color combo. So the first thing I'm going to do, I really like this side. Do I have another one of those? We've already used it because it had a lot of yellow on it. Yeah, I already used it. Maybe I want to use the flamingo instead. For the back. Okay. I stopped mid-tape. I seen that and I was like, oh, I want to use that for the back. Or maybe I'll just go find where I used the other one and switch it out. I'm just going to use my scissors to round the corners to match the card. I do have a 1/4 inch rounder somewhere, but all good. Okay. And I'll use another piece of tape. Score tape here. And be alright if we put it right there, which is almost in the middle. You get this little peak here. That's okay. Let me see what the damage would be if I pulled wherever I put that card. That one doesn't have one. Now it does. Where did I use it? I have no idea where I used it. Okay, well, I guess we'll just stick with this one. Probably, it could be lost. Could be lost in my stuff. Yeah. And then if you wanted to put something behind there, like a frame, you could, just to kind of block this off, but maybe something like that. I'm not worried about it. I'm not doing it. Okay, so this side, I wanted to use a plain yellow. That's not big enough. It is big enough for back here, but it's big enough for over here. So let's just use the plain yellow here. And this was 4 1/2, so I'm going to do, it's 3 7/8 now, so let's do 3 3/4. A little under 7 1/2. There we go. If your tape gun gums up on you and it fixes itself, you should still go back and remove the extra tape, because it could mess it up later. Okay. And the reason why it's messing up is because I'm doing it on the book. Flat surface, no problem. If you wanted to add interest to this page, you can put a pocket over here. I think I have enough pockets. I think I'm good. Okay. And then on the back, let's just put a sticker. I'm getting kind of bulky. I am past bulky. How about this one here? I think that one's too close to that one. Putting that one back. I know. Let's do 2 small photo mats. Here and here, and then maybe that circle sticker in the middle. So, or even better, how about yeah, that's too much like that, I think. Okay. The original, or yeah, original plan. Okay, original plan. 3x4, cream colored. Stub. Yeah, a little too long. Okay, so let's just do one then. Or, how about this one? This one is 4, we'll do a 4 by 3.5. I like that. Let's do that. And you just save those other ones you made. You can tuck them in pockets. And bottom or top for this sticker. Bottom. Okay, and then I think this round sticker. And it's going to overlap that mat just a tiny bit, not enough to take up too much room. There we go. I like it. Let's see how fat we're getting now. Pretty big. Okay. This side, I have these pineapples, which like fits perfectly. I'm going to take off about a 1/4 inch. Let's see. Okay, and then how about just mesh up this page with all these different designs? Or I have yellow, or I have this one. I think I'll use this one. Or, I'm sorry, this one. So 2 3/4. Yeah. Alright, I think what did I just do? Yeah, no I didn't. Whoops. Okay. I cut my pineapple paper a little too long, which resulted in me not being able to open this pocket. When I finally did open the pocket, I just tore it. No problem. Maybe a problem. There we go. If my glue doesn't come out, just use my head. Alright. Here we go. I'll stick that back in there and then push down. Do I have a blue one? I don't think I do. There we go. We can put a sticker there if you want, but I think we're good. Okay, and then this page is already done. If we have things left, if we have paper left, we'll mat some of this. We have room. This page is done. We're on to another green. That page is done. And then we're on to a yellow, and a green, and then the back. So almost done, you guys. Okay, let's continue on. I'm on another green page. And this one I have a note pocket under swing, which I think is a swing pocket. So my assumption is that this is the swing and this is the pocket. So I'll show you what we have to do. This long piece is the swing. So it is 6 1/4 by like 4 1/4. And I'm gonna score it at a 1/2 inch on the short side. And then this is 4 3/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm scoring it at a 1/2 inch on both sides. Let's see if that's what I want. Yep, that's what I meant to do. So that's my swing. Here's my pocket. And do we want I can do it like this. Oh, I guess I could do it like that. That's different. I don't think I've ever done that before. Alright, well first let's go ahead and mat these. They're the 5x7s or 5 1/2 by 7 1/2. And we're going green. I do not have any scraps. Let's do the bottom corner of this. A little bit long because I wanted to didn't want to chop off these birds' heads. Alright, I like that. And it's a new pattern. We haven't used this pattern yet. Okay, and then for the pocket, let's put it right there. That way you can see the birds and you can still see the toucan underneath. You see this bird poking out over here. Little glimpse of that butterfly here. And then on this one we're gonna glue 3 sides. Actually let's cut, because I'm going to make it go in this way, so let's cut 1 inch of that off. It was like 4 1/2. We're gonna make it like 3 1/2. So I cut off 1 inch. And now it's gonna be like that. But I'm gonna mat this first. I do have scraps for that. one's nearly perfect, but a little too short, but I do have let's do this. Let's take this. I'm going to glue this strip on it. Leave a little bit black at the top and the bottom. And I'm going to cut here. Then I'm going to trim off just a tiny bit of this. And then I'm going to put this right over the top of that. So I can use this piece of scrap paper. That was the whole point. All right. There's that. And then you can either put the pocket going up and down, or you can put the pocket going sideways. Now that I did that, I kind of like it going up and down. Let's go ahead and do it up and down. 3 sides. And leave a little border all the way around of that paper in the background. Now, how about this one? Is it too much with those birds up there? How about this My Happy Place sticker? But we're going to use the whole thing, not take the circle part out. Like, I feel like that's it, but it doesn't match up down there. Oh well. Yeah, that worked pretty good. Okay. And then for this pocket, how about, it's the same size, 4 by 6. So 4 by 6. And then I have this little leftover here. I think that's too much. Let's go, I have a 4 by here. Let's go for, let's try 4 by 5. How's that? That's better. Or do you want to go 4 by 4.5? Or I can go 4 by 4. I like that. We'll do 4x4. And it's not a weird dimension. Like 4 1/4 by 4 would probably be a kind of stretch. And I have this little sticker. It just says the state of mind. It came from the sticker sheet. Okay. Now more green. And I have a pocket and a page. We can use this one. It's a little under 5.5. It's like a little under 4.5. That works. And then here, not quite big enough. This was the other piece of this paper. We shall not waste a bit. There we go. Next page is done. And then we are nearly there. Alright, this one we're doing a double pocket flap, and this one is a double side pocket. Okay. This one's going to be very similar to that one. You know, I'm thinking I need to leave this off. Well, that one's plain. That's why I did it. Okay. Alrighty, here we go. Double pocket on this side. And these are going to be vertical pockets. So I got 2 pieces cut at 8.5 by 2.5, and I'm going to score them both on the short end. And we'll have things tuck in this way. So 3 sides. This will go all the way up against the back. And then what we did with the other one where we cut at a diagonal here, we want to do with this one too. It's going to tuck in this way, and we can leave it long by not putting glue on that pocket, so that if you just use 2 sides, it'll be a deeper pocket, and you tuck it right underneath there. Okay. And one of the best things about these pockets is, especially if you keep them till later, is you get to use your thin strips of paper. However, I don't think I have any that are 7.5 inches long. So this is green, right? Or no, this is, what color was this supposed to be? It's not green, that one's green, yellow. Am I at blue? I think I'm at blue. Okay, blue. I may have some blue. Oh yeah, I have this. Okay, so I cut that at a little under 7.5. And we'll use that for the big one. This is 2.5, so we'll cut this a little under 2.5. And then this is a piece that I have left from that first cut. This one. And then I just need to find a little one for the middle. Sometimes it's hard to see the black on black, and I need something to put in the background. Okay, so that one. I have this. It's the same pattern but smaller. That may be cute. Let's try that. I think that's the only one that I have that would be big enough. Anyway. And we can cut that one at 2.5. It doesn't have to be 2.5, but it fits. I could have even used this side, it would have been pretty too. Like that. And that you slide right underneath this one. There we go. And then you just slide. Oops, that one has a And I say if you want to put something there, you can. I'm going to leave it alone for now. Maybe I'll do that. And then this double pocket flap, it was supposed to be a pocket going up, and then these two on either side of that pocket. Very similar to this one. So do I want to do that, or should I just keep that plain? Or I could make a big old belly band on there too. I don't know, guys, what do you think? Double pocket flap? I could do one sideways. Let's try that. Sideways double pocket flap. So this piece measures 6 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm scoring at a 1/2 inch on the 6 1/4 side. I'm gonna have to cut some off if I'm going this way. If I'm going this way, I'm fine. But I don't know, guys. What do you think? I can just leave it a flap. Just do a plain old flap, a 1/2 flap. Do one gigantic pocket. Let's do a flap and a pocket on the bottom. Let's do that. So, leaving the measurements the way they are. This is going to go all the way up at the top. Scoring this 2 1/2 inch strip on the 1/2 inch side. This is a 2 1/2 by 6 1/2. And this one is a 3 by 6 1/2. I'm doing the same. 1/2 inch on both sides. Yeah, I think this is going to be neat. We're going to put one on the bottom and one on the flap. Which I could have done with any of the pages, the pocket pages too. So for the flap, I'm going to use the smaller of the two, the 2 1/2 inch, glue on 3 sides. And then the 3 1/2 inch we're going to put on the page. Okay, that's on my blues. have that's not big enough for anything. This is, I don't have any strips small enough for those. Okay. We're stuck with just this one piece of scrap, so we're going to have to get some more glue out. So let's do this in the background. So I'm going to cut it a little under 5.5. And then we can cut at 2 3/4. And that'll fit that pocket. This is a big honkin' album, you guys. And then I think I want this one for there. So a little under 5.5. And this is about, we can cut it at 5. I don't know why, but the stripes going vertically, I like. The stripes going horizontally, I do not. So, I don't know why. Okay, now we have this flap. And it ends up being 5 3/4. A little under 5.5. Oops. You want to use this again? And then this little one. Don't have any long enough. Oh, that one's perfect. But I don't like it going this way, but this one going this way, so I'm not using it. Let's use a solid strip to break it up. That's going to be about a little under 2.5. Trying to clean up over here. Okay. There we go. Lots of room for pictures. Yellow, blue. Let's see. This is either going to be pink or green, and this is going to be the other color. Let's see what I have left. These are all the full sheets I have left. That's on the front. Green, blue, pink, pink. One yellow. One in like half blues. And then for my green, another pink. This can definitely be used as a pink. Another green. Alright, let's do pink on that one and green on the last one. There's not a lot of paper left. Okay, so this one's going to be plain. So let's go ahead and use this paper again. And then that's going to be less than 4.5. Yes, okay, I'm doing it right. I was like, oh, did I just do something wrong? But not like that anyways. I thought I skipped a page with my colors. There's that. And then plain pink bottom for it. Oh, that's okay. I cut it wrong, but I'm not wasting it. I actually probably have some over there that I could use instead. Let's do that. Because I just seen, well, maybe. I want to use this. Do I have a piece of stamp paper big enough? Yay, I do. Okay. Yep, we're going to use this. This is a scrap I already had. Okay. Put a tag in there. These tags are a little big. They're 4x6. A tiny bit big for that. This one. These should be okay. Just had another scrap paper sitting there. There we go, like that. And the last page, I'm going to take this and put it this way. And then this we said there is another page. Dang it. Okay, but this one's going to have to be yellow and this one's going to have to be pink because I don't have enough green. Or I don't have enough pink to do this last page. Okay, green flap is what I have here. But we're going to do a yellow flap. And what side are we doing it from? Yeah, let's do it from this side since this has a pocket. That measures 6 by 7. Scoring it on the 6-inch side. And if we put it here, it's going to go into the flap. I mean, if I put it here, it would go into the flap. So I'm going to turn around. We're going to put it this way. Okay, and I have some yellow scraps. This is nearly big enough, but not quite. And I have one yellow piece of paper left. Except I didn't look at my 8x8. Which is where? There it is. So I have some small pineapples, some small whatever those things are. So, and I have this, which is actually just like the perfect size. So let's go ahead and cut this one down to 5.5. A little under 5.5. It is my last piece of this pattern at all. So I'm going to use that pattern since it's my last piece. And then, how about this side? Or how about this side? Why don't we put this hinged at the top right here on this side, and we can leave the pattern on there. I'll just use this for the hinge. So I cut it to 4 inches. I'm going to score it in half, which is about 3/4 of an inch. You can cut it down to 1 inch if you want, but you don't have to. I'm going to use the pattern side to actually glue to, so that you can't see it since it would compete with this. Okay, so just line that up in the middle, fold this down, do the same here. And how about we add this little pink border to the top and bottom. There we go. And then that'll stick out a little bit. Let's see how it looks. You like that better, or just leave it the way it was? I'll just leave it the way it was. Okay, and we have this flap. Getting into my last piece of yellow, which is a good feeling. And we're gonna go, this one's only, it's still about 5.5. We'll cut it 6 3/4. Yep. This is a chunky book, you guys. I think it'll be awesome with vacation photos in it. I am not a beach person, so not my vacation photos. I almost didn't get this collection, but I couldn't help the colors. And the tropical birds, I liked them. It was a struggle for me to put what to put on the front, whether it be those 2 pink ones like I did, or the flamingo, because I really like flamingos at the zoo. Excuse me. And then this one I already had, so we're going to cut that down to 5.5. It should be 2 3/4. I must have had the other one at like 1 1/4. I just cut it wrong apparently because I had the right measurement. Okay, there we go. Still a tight fit for that one. I'm gonna put this one in there anyways. Well, you know what? We'll put this and we'll put a journal card in there. How about that one? I like him. Okay. There's that page, and then this one's just plain. We can just use the yellow since it's the only color that we haven't used on this set of pages. I have officially used all my yellow 12 by 12. I still have some of the 8 by 8 intact. Oh, this page is not 7.5 inches long. I forgot, this is a page I made. It is, we want to cut it 6 3/4. Which successfully took all my glue off the bottom. Okay. There we go. Alright, you guys, 1 page to go. And then we got some stuff to do on the front here. And the side, I had a viewer ask how to take this apart. So maybe I will explore that option. Super, super excited. Okay, you guys, 1 more page set to do, and then some extras and we'll be done. Now, I made a conscious decision that this baby is chunky and we're probably going to need to put a closure on it. So, having said that, I'm going to use eyelets. We're going to put one under here and one has to go here. So this is going to be like a quadruple fold out, but I need to leave this because if I put the eyelet through a fold out, then it won't fold out. So I'm going to use this strip. I just cut the strip out of the paper. And this page is pink, so the pink stamps are perfect. And by the end of this, I'm going to have used a whole extra large roll of glue. So this is off limits. And I'm going to start my fold outs here, which means that I'm going to score at a 1/2 inch and then we'll cut the extra off. And I messed that up, so I'm going to flip it over. I had like a double line. I'll show you. I accidentally scored that twice, so. Alright, actually I'm just going to go ahead. I have 4 pieces of paper. I'll score them all at a 1/2 inch to get that out of the way. And then we'll just cut as needed. And 2 of them, do I need to score? Okay, so let's do the hard side first. So it's going to go fold out, fold out, fold out. So this is going to sit here. And we're going to cut it at about 4 3/4. We'll just use score tape. And these are 7 1/2, right? Yes. Okay. And I can overlap that little postage stamp. Okay, so that one's 4 3/4. So this one we want to be a little less. Let's go 4 1/2. And that's after the bend. So I measure from the bend and cut at 4 1/2. And just line it up with the end. Okay, and that'll lay pretty flat. And then this side, page we know is 5.5 inches long, and this is a little less than 5.5. So that'll be good, and then we'll cut this one at 5.25. The longer one goes on first. This is the 5.5 inch. You line it up with this page. And then open that up. And this one, you line up with this end. There we go. So that when they're all out, the very last page of your book is 1, 2, 3, 6 pages long. Now what I would like to do here is use the main image across both of these. So this one is, when I cut the mat, I'll want it at like 4 5/8, and this one is going to be 5 3/8, and it'll be 7.5. So I'm going to start at the very top. I'll cut 7.5. A little less than 7.5. So it's going to give me here, and then I think we'll just start here to here, which again, 4 5/8. Double check my measurements. And then 5 3/8. And then that's going to give you your signature page if you put the two together. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, here we go. And then I was thinking that possibly on the inside we could do like just like all jungle. I have this strip. It's the wrong direction though. Don't think about that. I have these papers and this paper that if we stretch it across, when we open it up, we could do all jungle. I can do this side and then this side up here. And then maybe this side. So let's try that. Let's cut it. I'm going to cut one 7.5 this way. I'm going to cut this one 7.5 this way. A little under 7.5. Okay. So am I gonna have enough is the question. 1, 2, 3. I may need this. So let's start from this side, all the way over here. This is 5 and a like 16th. I want to cut this too. I got stuff laying all over the place. And then the next panel is 5 and 3/8. And then I'm going to put the birds in the middle here. And that page is, the mat is going to be yeah, 5 and 3/8. I think I'm going to use the top half. Let's see where 7.5 ends. Yeah, 7.5 will end a little past the birds' heads. So, cut a little short of 7.5 first. And then 5 and 3/8. So a little different, but it's still jungle, so I think it looks fine. Excuse me. Okay. Now this one is shorter. It's only 4 and 3/8, so that I wonder if I should I think I'm gonna do that. This is, and it's gonna be cut at 8 because it's the back, it's a bit bigger. So this piece is actually gonna be sideways, but I think you're not gonna notice. 8 is a little too big. I guess that's probably 7 3/4. Yeah, but I don't think you're gonna notice because of everything that's going on. And the only other option I have is to use like a solid or a different pattern altogether, or one of the 8x8s. And since the patterns are smaller, I just don't think that's going to look as good. So we're kind of I guess I could put it on the other direction, make the bird go the right way. Yeah, the bird is going up and the butterfly wings going up this way. Okay, now I got another. This one is the mat we're cutting at 4.5. A little bit more, 4 3/8 again. And this is a little different because I cut the other side of the paper, remember. And this is probably overkill, but hey, I like it. We are going to make this the most interactive book ever. That is a full ream of tape, you guys. This is the second time I've changed it. And I have no idea where my tape is. Oh, there it is. Okay. Move stuff. I'm going to go ahead and use, this is not score tape. It's just a double-sided adhesive I've had forever, so let's, instead of taking time to change out the book right now, or the tape, let's go ahead and use this. We're almost done with this side. I'm a little too close here. I'm going to shave off just a tad. Like a 1/16 of an inch. That much. Much better. Okay. And then my last piece on this side is going to be another 4 3/8. I measured something wrong. It's 4 1/4 and 4 1/8. Okay, I'm gonna tape that down, change my tape gun, and be back. Okay, I got 20 minutes or so before I got to go to the football game, so let's see what we can do. I found this one last piece of forest paper, cutting that at 7.5 because we're going to do this and this here. A little less than 7.5. I reloaded my tape gun. Okay, this one is measuring, the mat's going to be about 5 1/8. And this one, the mat's going to be about 4 3/8. Okay. That there. Tonight is the last away game of my daughter's senior year. So she's sad, of course. And then next week is the last game. period. It is senior night, so I have been informed that there will be tears, which there was last year too, so. No, last year it wasn't so bad. The year before that it was bad. Alright, there's our last page. That sucker's thick and you still gotta put pictures in there, so let's put a closure on, shall we? Going to use, remember my haul, I got these We Are Memory Keepers standard eyelets, and let's use this it's like a matte galvanized color. It's not shiny. I want to use those. And then I have cut some ribbon. All sorts there. And let's do this. Let me see. I like the seam binding. Let's do this yellow. Let's go ahead and put the thingies on here. So I'm going to put it right under this. Make sure I got the right thing, and I don't. There, that's a big one. Yep, okay. So in order to punch the hole for the big one, I need this side, right? I believe Crystal has these in the store. They're awesome. If you don't have one, you need to get one. I don't say that about a lot of things. Well, I do. I mean, there are a lot of things that I consider a necessity. And then on the bottom, we're going to go right here in the middle of this stamp. Make sure I use the right side. Super simple. If anybody needs to know how to do this, like close up, just let me know. I can do it. Okay, so you guys, the We Are Memory Keepers grommet thingies, what are they called? Where'd my package go? Eyelets. These are awesome. Like, they just went snap, snap, and done. So happy with that. Okay. I have these 2 greens, and then I'm going to cut some yellow. And seam binding does fray, so we'll tie it off at the end. I cut these to 18 inches. I think do I want double or triple? I'm thinking I need a dark color too, because the yellow and green are very similar. Yeah, that's okay. We'll roll with that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is thread them through. Do I want to thread them? I think I want to thread them through the bottom. If you can't get your seam binding through, there's a trick. Get a piece of thread. thread your thread through both sides. Make your own little threader here. Put your seam binding through the thread. And pull it through. Okay, once you get this double loop here, just take your seam binding, you think that's long enough to tie to the other side? Maybe let's loosen it back up a little bit. Put more one side through. Like that. You think that's okay? What do you think? I think that's okay. And because the magnet's not behind there, it's fine. And this side we'll just tie. And a little knot here. Okay. You can even go a little bit further if you want. Okay. And I guess I'm going to leave the back blank without paper since I didn't do it before I put the eyelet in, which is fine with me. Actually, let's just go ahead and put the sticker on it. This one here. Right at the bottom. Perfect. Okay. We'll do the same side with this. I'll use my needle threader again. My embroidery or my seam binding threader. There we go. Tie it in a knot. You can also burn it if you don't want to tie it in a knot. And then we can tie this side in a knot too. I can tie it in two separate knots. Just one. Okay. Kind of an afterthought, so I may not have done this the way that I did. The other thing I could do is I could just totally forget about the having this open like this and cut this out and glue it down. I think I probably want to do that at this point. If I would have thought about it, I would have just done it beforehand, and then I could have just done it right through that. But I didn't know it was going to stick out that far. So I'll probably do that off camera. It's a quick fix. I'm going to take my punch, I'm going to punch this out, and then I'm going to glue everything down. And it just won't open. I can still have this up open like this. That won't hurt anything. Oh, what the hey. Let's do it right here. Where is my punch? What did I do with it? There it is. I'm probably going to have to do it this way. I'd rather do it this way, but it won't fit. I could just cut it right around this. There we go. I'm gonna have to cut it a little bit further back. A little bit further back than that. Actually, now that I got that, there's that side. Let's see if I can. I think this is going to look better if I just cut it straight across. Still neat. It still looks neat with the fussy cutting. And then we'll just glue it all down. We are going to lose these two guys, but that's okay. You win some, you lose some. At least we don't have to worry about it coming up anymore. And then there's still this, which has no purpose at all at this point, but if you wanted to throw something behind there, you sure could. Alright, so next time we'll maybe do a couple little things, add some photo mats or some matting to the big mats or the big photo mats like that. I kind of like it. We'll do something with the spine. I had somebody ask me to remove this and I haven't made up my mind. I have one I can remove from a different album. So, still thinking about it. Okay, so let's go through and add some stuff. And I had somebody ask how to remove this. So, the answer is I don't know, but let's try. And then I think she wants to glue it back on, but I'm not too concerned about it. I have a pair of needle nose pliers and probably a screwdriver would be ideal. I don't have that handy, like a flathead screwdriver to stick under there. So trying not to damage it. These are probably eyelets, but they made it well as they put the hinge on after they put those in. So I should be able to pull this off and then pull okay. I should have done this before I decorated the book, just in case I can't get it off or in case it ruins something. Let's see. I have a pair of cutters here too, like, there they are. Okay. So I'm gonna try and, I don't know, I'm trying not to ruin it. I don't know how feasible that's gonna be. I would definitely do this before. I spent a whole lot of time on the book. I am bending it. There we go. So, answer, a little brute force. We'll get that off of there. And my suggestion for reuse, if you want to glue it back on, you have to straighten this back out. I had this one, if you can see, it's like an eyelet, kinda. But this is what the back's supposed to look like. Now this one's still in there. In here. No, this one's still in here. And this one came off. So you can reuse them by taking them off. And they came off pretty, that came off pretty easy. And then pulling this. Or we cut off the back here. There we go. And then you can just glue these back on. And these, you may have to hammer them out a little bit, straighten them out. That's how you get them off of there. And then as far as this goes, I'm not worried about this really. It's the metal still in there, but it doesn't bother me. Let's go ahead and cover it with some paper. The front has the green. Let's use this. And we're going to measure. I want it to fall between, there's 2 humps here and here. I want it to fall between that. So I'm going to do 2 3/4 by 7 7/8. That looks good. There we go. And then, yeah, you can always, I'm not going to glue it back on, but you can always glue it back on after you straighten it, and then just glue these back on here, or you can use other eyelets or whatever. So that's how you take that off and how you would glue it back on. And the front I, again, glued down. And the back I left plain, mostly because I put the eyelet in first. And let's go ahead and make some I love these. I love these. And I think if I put the eyelet close enough to the edge, I can use them on mini albums too. So let's try that. I got these at cobeads.com. So I'm going to use my We Are Memory Keepers eyelets from Artistic Studio Creations. These are so easy to use. Okay, so let's go ahead and make the hole for the grommet thingy bobber, and I'm gonna have to get between the pages. So we'll go here, but I don't want it very far down. So maybe right on the edge, probably 3/16 of an inch from the edge. The way that I can figure that out is right. That's the wrong side. Need the big side. Right. There. And we'll put our thingy in, our eyelet. Make sure we're on the right setting. And it pops. And indeed it'll fit. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our tassel. It's the same way I made the tassels in the last video. I have some lace, some ribbon, I even have some ribbon with wire in it here. I thought that would be neat. I'm going to put this in first because I don't want to stretch it all out of whack. Okay, that gives it a little bit of bulk along with the lace, and then I got some elastic ruffle trim in there. And I'm going to use my thread trick. You put the thread through the hole. You put the ribbon through the thread, and then you pull one side through. There we go. Oh, came out. This one came out when I pulled it through. Just turn it over, put it back through. Okay, there we go. And then we tie this up with some twine. Or another ribbon. There we go. I'll probably need that. Twine. Let's go ahead and clip this together. It's easier to tie it when they're clipped together like that. Aha! Twine. Then tie it in a knot. And you can cut these short or you can leave them hang. I'm just going to leave them hang. And then I had a little piece of ribbon on my desk I was going to use to wrap around this, but I can't find it. So anyways, if you want, you can just wrap a little piece of ribbon around it. And you can always add charms. But there's the tassel, and it's removable. Okay, I'm going to take that off. And I just have some stickers, and I have some small cut aparts that I can use, and we're just going to embellish some tags, possibly add some paper to the photo mat. I haven't decided yet. So like something like here, I have like this little thing. It gives it like a different color. if you wanted to add something there. We have this small strip. I like it. And this is just decorative elements. This is from the 8x8 paper pad, the cut aparts. I can get it on there. There we go. I've already got stickers here. Let's address these rather plain pullouts. Maybe just the side that's showing, and not necessarily like all of it. So these measure about 5 by a little under 7, so about 5 by 7 when they're folded like that. So, like, just for this part that's sticking out, because you can fill the rest easily. Let's do like a strip of paper at the top and then a cream photo mat. So let's see what my strip of paper is. It is almost 1 inch. Okay, so what I've come up with is, let's punch these. For the part that hangs out of the pocket, this 1 by 4 7/8 strip. And then this 5.5 by 4 7/8 inch strip of like mat. And then this can hang over just like this. You can write on the inside. You put picture here and write. You put more pictures. Okay. I have, how about, I think I need some, there's something here. Yeah, that one goes all the way down. Let's put, how about this? That one can go in there. And I'm thinking some more cream little tags, and I just have these scraps left over. They are 5 3/4. Let's cut it to, let's do like 3.5. They're small. That's okay. Punch again. Keep that cohesive element throughout the album. There we go. And just double check all my stuff. There's a good spot there. We can stick one of the journaling tags in here to add some interest. How about this pink one? A little too busy, I think. How about this side? I like that. Okay, and here's another one of these. It's going to be blue again, so we can use the same 1 by 4 7/8. That's about 1, yeah. We know the measurements. I'm just going to leave it in there and do this. And then one of these photo mats. I think it just leaves a really, it's interesting. To leave some blank space. There we go. But how about this here? Looks good. Here's my waterfall. And you can add stuff to the back of that if you want. I'll leave it plain. You can always add a mat here if you want. Okay, we got another spot. This one is yellow. I'm just going to take a regular yellow strip. And you can punch the corners of these too. That's an option. I need to pull it down so I can see what I'm doing. If you don't want to use cream, you can use pattern paper. I like this little one. I think everything's looking pretty good. I think maybe a journaling card there, one of the 4x6s. I used all the portrait ones, so I'm gonna have to use. Oh, that one doesn't go all the way down. Okay, we're not going to use that. That's why I didn't. How about just live? There we go. That's better. That's too green. Let's do Hello Sunshine. There we go. That's better. Okay, this is good. This one was pink. Get a pink scrap. How about that flamingo there? gonna have to cut some more tags. I'm gonna double check the dimensions on them. I guess these are mats, not tags. And if you had like stamps that you wanted to use, this would be where you would use them. Okay, so that's 5 3/4 by 4 7/8. Because I think I have at least one more here. And I think that's it. Nope, this one, so 2 more. And we need one yellow again. I have this, we'll use that. And another pink. And this one, I guess it really doesn't matter what side it goes on. Let's go ahead and switch the sides to yellow to keep it consistent with the rest of the tags or fold or whatever they are. And I think we'll just use this as the other. I think I'll use this side again. Alright, and then we are done. I'm going to go ahead and not flip through the rest of it. I think we have all the decorations on there we need. It is definitely a bulky album. And yeah, this is going to be a giveaway. So head on over to Artistic Studio Creations Facebook group. And be sure that you follow them. And stay tuned for the share video so that you are eligible to win this. And I have a couple more projects coming with this same album or same paper, so stay tuned. Thanks a lot for joining me. I hope you make the best of your G45 6x8 album and have a great day. Bye bye.